for the past few days, I've been getting social media post recommends. I mean, I've been seeing articles of people trying to convince others that Trump is dead right now, or at least he's in very, very critical condition to where they're accusing media outlets of posting old footage of Trump golfing and all this other stuff to show that he hasn't been seen recently. He turned into a ghost Pokemon, right? I've seen people say he's been dead for a while now, and that here we go again. They cloned him, right? Or it's a cover up because, people get cloned out here. Despite everyone posting, quote, evidence, I personally haven't found anything that would be critically and rationally supporting an actual death. People are linking many events to this theory, and I see where they're going with this. But at this point, it's sort of getting a bit obsessive. You know what it is? This kind of emphasizes a problem that's been going on for longer than the past few decades, where there's a huge political hatred and anger towards certain celebrities or political figures to the point where people are deluding themselves and trying to convince themselves that something outright happened because they genuinely wish death upon whoever so badly. This kind of reminds me of that video about Elon Musk, right? I made a video about this whole thing where, I feel like in the video I expressed that some people are so emotionally attached to someone, they can't function throughout the day almost, or they let it completely overwrite any sort of rational perspective or anything related to them, right? I'm not a Trump fan or an Elon fan, right? But I'm not like seething like a sick dog because these people exist or their name gets brought up or I see them write something, right? But people are so mad about the political climate. And since it's so polarizing, both parties are just casually spreading baseless claims to the point of viral misinformation about wanting someone dead or them actually being dead. Social media has always thrived on unchecked conspiracies and speculation, so this isn't surprising to me. But the echo chamber and the motivations people have, I feel like don't contribute to the bigger problem here, because we can keep doing this, but we got something that we really need to address here, which I feel is we've all lost trust in the media and certain companies to the point where, since we feel so powerless as people, we make up our own fabricated scenarios and situations now. It's so bad. Like, yes, we all know the media lies, which it's crazy because despite us knowing this, and this still boggles my mind to this day, we all know the media lies, right? Some people will still use it for their political information. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I know some people who personally in my life right now, today, who watch major media stations and take everything that is said about a certain thing to heart, and they'll repeat it to other people. And the people who didn't know about this because they don't want to put their head into the media, now they're being received. It's like spreading misinformation, pretty much, right? And you know how many times someone close to me repeated something they heard on a news station or whatever, and that topic, I knew what it was already. I knew the full context, and they only knew what bias the media shared about it. And again, we all know this is factual. We all know news stations are biased politically, economically, or by whatever motive they have, yet people still watch it and believe every detail shared in the story. That's what makes it sad here, though, because since we know this, we rely on, instead, word of mouth from social media. And that word of mouth from social media is some fabricated story, like the president just being dead right now. And people will fight and defend a story that is baseless to begin with. So when I was researching to make this video, for example, what I mean by I'm literally seeing people beef with each other online right now. Aggressively, I see people threatening each other, arguing over this conspiracy. What? Okay, let's say you win the argument. What, y'all got nothing else to do at this point? Like, what's the point? What do you get out of this? What do you get about arguing this online? Like, y'all literally threatening to beat people up, bro, just to show this is silly, First of all, here's the thing. This is why I saw it too. Why are we receiving news and confirmations from Aiden Ross? Why is Aiden Ross confirming Trump is alive and well? Nothing against him, right? Nothing against Aiden Ross, but this is the point I'm trying to make here. Imagine your friend coming up to you and he says, my source that Trump isn't dead is Aiden Ross. What are you gonna be like? What's your face gonna be like? What are you thinking? Like, bro, it's not the fact that it's Aiden Ross. Well, to some, it is the fact, right? If someone said to me, it's not the fact it is. If you said any streamer, if you said, yo, my source is PewDiePie, yo, it's anybody. It's the fact and the point that we lost so much trust in major media that we're going to understanding and sources from social media figures, or we directly need to hear from the horse's mouth, which a lot of them aren't doing. This hatred is obsessive. I think the fact some people are still denying he's alive is like, it's like a major, they're going through a major cope right now. It's like something's going on. They need to take the meds, bro, because how much they wish this was true. It's like aching their heart. And verification doesn't even matter to them at this point. You know, those type of people who just don't believe anything because, again, I said emotionally attached, like they don't care anymore. You can show it to them right to their face. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about any of this stuff. Like they don't. Listen, a real death, let's be realistic here. Let's be rational here too, right? A real death like this, especially at this scale, would have protocols. It wouldn't be through hashtags or people hyping it or gassing it up on Reddit, which unfortunately is a popular source where this theory is being shared, right? Seriously, you know what it is though? Forget it. The people feel powerless now, and this is what we're resorting to because of it. Just shows how bad things are and how bad people feel at this moment. You don't know who to trust. You don't know where to take your information from. This is what happens, you know. Just my 2 cents. What do y'all think? This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. I'm out.